National Orientation Agency sensitizes citizens on national values. Ministry of Water Resources assesses safety of dams. Plateau's government marks World Sight Day with a call on citizens to ensure periodic eye check. We are glad you could join us on Panorama today in Jos. I am Bilki Sunuhu. You can follow this news broadcast live on our website, nta.ng/live, and on our YouTube channel, NTA News Online, and other social media platforms showing on your screen. The IMF and World Bank annual meetings in Washington, D.C. concluded with a strong call for global action and collaboration. Muplang Dakok reports that Nigeria's Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, and Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Yemi Cardoso, who led Nigeria's delegation, looked to growing the economy through attracting investment and strengthening ongoing reforms.
And policymakers underscore that no single country can achieve sustainable progress on its own.
Domestic policies will not be enough. To tackle today's global challenges, we need more than ever cooperation and multilateral action. The IMF and the World Bank play a critical role.
Regulatory and policy certainty. We're testing our capacity to help governments with this, along with the IMF and the African Development Bank, through our initiative to connect 300 million people in Africa to electricity.
Nigeria is looking forward to stronger fiscal and monetary frameworks that will propel growth.
As we try to make sure that inflation, which of course needs to be combated as a priority, we all know the negative effects it has on purchasing power and on living standards, particularly of the poor and the most vulnerable. But at the same time, critical investments must go on so that we have a chance to grow. Because at the end of the day, it is growth and job-creating growth that leads to a reduction in poverty, which is the major aim of the economic policies and strategies of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
We have achieved increased transparency and improved overall supply in the foreign exchange market, leading to reduced arbitrage and speculative activities, and eliminated the front-loading of foreign exchange demand. The CBN's recapitalization policy has prompted deposit money banks to strengthen their financial positions, a process expected to result in a more robust and resilient banking sector.
The meeting ended with emphasis on unity and shared responsibility, which reflects the urgent need for cross-border partnerships to drive global prosperity. In Washington, D.C., Muplang Dakok, NTA News.
Discovering Nigeria by Nigerians is a new roadmap being charted by concerned citizens at the unveiling of Rebranding Nigeria initiative. The essence is to raise a new crop of patriots who love, support, and defend the fatherland. Kenneth Nami reports that Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, was represented at the event.
Unveiling and Rebranding Nigeria initiative is a citizens' action-driven project on changing the negative concepts about Nigeria. The theme, Rise Up, Patriots Take Pride in Our Nation, is compelling voices to get louder. Former INEC chairman, Professor Atahiru Jega, rekindled hope that Nigeria is a work in progress and needs the support and contributions of all citizens to thrive.
We should never lose hope in our country, and the driving factor and force behind progress and development in countries globally is patriotism, love for country, and the selflessness with which people contribute to their country's development and to addressing the challenges that affect the country.
Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris, represented by the Director General, National Orientation Agency, explains effort by the ministry to rebrand the minds of citizens by imputing local content in children's programs that identifies Nigeria as a people.
We are not saying ban foreign cartoon. You need to provide your own content and then gradually, replace the foreign content with your own content.
Nigeria's ex-international, Emmanuel Babayaro, is urging for investments in sports, especially football, which he believes has become a unifying factor.
Sometimes when we're playing on the pitch, my brother Celestine is my left back. He's always close to me whenever something happens. If I almost make a mistake and he saves the ball, he will come close to me in the net. He says, if to say I leave that ball, Nigerians will kill you today. You can't mess up for where Nigerians do. It's there.
We can actually tell our stories. We don't need people to come tell our stories from us. It's from this realization that Unveiling Nigeria was born. Our mission is to use community engagement and technology, through the social media spaces and the internet, to show the world what Nigeria is truly all about.
With the reorientation of the mindset, behavioral change and love for fatherland illustrated at the event, every attendee, no doubt, would have been equipped with the right information to promote patriotism among citizens. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security says it will persuade and lobby to ensure that the Agriculture Extension Service Delivery Bill before the National Assembly is passed. Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, says the bill is designed to be a game changer for Nigeria's agricultural system. Musa Baba Aliyu reports.
The proposed Agriculture Extension Service Bill is currently before the National Assembly. The bill was drafted in partnership with the key players in the Agricultural Extension Service under the guidance of the Women Farmers Advancement Network WOFAN Icon 2. Dr. Salamatu Garba is the country director of WOFAN.
Is to have a well-defined extension system in Nigeria where roles and responsibilities will be spelled out. We really want to understand the different roles at national, state, local government level. We want the farmers to know what exactly are their rights and what they really need to deserve. We want to have e-extension system that will be able to meet the ever-growing population in Nigeria. We also want to build the capacity of extension workers so that they will be able to deliver more.
The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, stated that with about 70% of the population involved in agriculture, it is important to ensure they receive the technical support they need to achieve optimal outputs and good income. He declared that this is where extension agents become very important, stressing that having the right extension delivery system legislation will boost sustainable and resilient agriculture in the country.
Which means food should be available all over the place. So how to produce this food is what extension agents are designed to help you achieve. To show you good agronomic practices, to teach you how to plant, when to plant, where to plant, and how to take care of what you have planted, how to harvest, how to process, and all of these things. So under what we call generically good agricultural practices.
The Executive Director of the National Agriculture Extension Research and Liaison Services, Professor Emmanuel Ikani, stated that the bill will provide a legal framework for a sustainable extension delivery system that will translate research results and technologies into success for farmers. Statistics reveal that Nigeria is among the countries with the lowest population of agriculture extension workers. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
The Federal Ministry of Water Resources has commenced assessment of dams to determine their structural integrity and safety. Director of Dams and Reservoirs of the ministry stated this in Jos during an assessment of the Mangu Dam in Mangu local government area of Plateau State. Indian and Abuja reports.
The assessment of the dam aims at ensuring the water infrastructure is capable of withstanding extreme weather conditions. This is in response to the recent dam collapse in Maiduguri, Borno State. Director of Dams and Reservoirs of the Federal Ministry of Water Resources, during an assessment of the Mangu Dam, says the federal government is putting in place stringent measures to prevent recurrence of the disaster.
We have also found that this flooding that is happening in Nigeria is as a result of inadequate number of dams in Nigeria. You know, dams contain water and prevents the downstream from flooding. And we notice that some of our ongoing dams are yet to be completed, and we believe when they are completed, they will do the function of keeping the water in the reservoir. And by doing so, the flooding of downstream will be averted.
Contractor of the Mangu Dam project, Uka Kanu, says the dam is almost at completion level and serves as a measured water supply to the immediate community.
It is 18 million cubic meter. Basically for water supply, we have completed the water treatment plant down there. Then what remains also is a small irrigation scheme also. It's not all that so extra large, no. It's just for water supply and small irrigation. We believe that by March next year, we are going to finish it.
The assessment team includes experts and key stakeholders working towards ensuring the integrity and efficiency of the water infrastructure in Jos, Indian and Abuja, NTA News.
National Board for Technical Education has inspected facilities ahead of accreditation of programs at Federal College of Medical Laboratory Science and Technology, Jos. Again, Indian and Abuja reports.
Federal College of Medical Laboratory Science and Technology, Jos, is pursuing accreditation in epidemiology, disease control, public health technologies, environmental health technology, medical laboratory technology, and institutional administration. During the visit to the institution, the team leader and deputy director of the Specialized Institutions Division of National Board for Technical Education, Dr. Kubra Jaro, says the visit was part of the National Board for Technical Education's evaluation process, reassuring that the exercise is a collaborative evaluation.
We have gone around, we have seen their facilities, particularly the medical lab facilities. They have adequate and more than our minimum requirements for them to establish the program.
Meanwhile, the North Central Director of the National Board for Technical Education emphasizes on the importance of skills acquisition and national qualification, which align with the Executive Secretary's vision.
We will do everything possible to encourage you to be accredited so that people who come here to study can have national qualification.
Provost of the institution expressed gratitude to the National Board for Technical Education, highlighting the institution's commitment to producing high-quality professionals in line with its mandate.
Will produce the good result that will help in the local government sector through the National Primary Health Development Agency.
The accreditation visit is expected to boost the institution's status as it produces professionals for Nigeria's health sector. In Jos, Indian and Abuja, NTA News.
As part of activities to commemorate this year's World Sight Day, Plateau State Government is carrying out a 2-day free eye surgery for people of Bokos and Lantern South local government areas. Indian and Abuja has details.
World Sight Day, observed annually on 10th October, is a global event meant to draw attention to blindness and offers opportunity to highlight the importance of protecting eyes and vision. To this end, the Plateau State Government flagged off a free eye surgery where 300 indigent patients from Lantern South and Bokos local government areas benefited. The beneficiaries expressed appreciation to the state government for the gesture and prayed for the success of government's policies and programs.
We are delighted and we are so grateful to God to make this possible
that some of us who have no means of getting this type of health help has been able to benefit from this program.
May God help us if we enter for the surgery, and may God bless the governor for the gesture and the donor.
The Plateau State Commissioner for Health, Cletus Shulkuk, says the intervention by the state government is to enhance the quality of health care of citizens to enable them contribute their quota to the development of the state and nation.
The surgeries are going to be conducted in 2 facilities within the state. Cottage Hospital, Bokos, and General Hospital, Mabudi. And those 2 healthcare facilities were chosen because a study that was carried out by some of our partners revealed that Bokos, being a part of the central zone, and Mabudi, being in the southern zone, were noticed to have the high prevalence of cataract. So, and that is why the government deemed it fit that in the course of celebrating this year World Sight Day, we need to see how intervention can reach the people in those areas to reduce the burden of cataract.
Highlights of the event include free eye screening and treatment, as well as distribution of reading glasses in Jos, Indenyan, and Diabagyang. NTA News.
We have in the studio the Director of Public Health, Plateau State Ministry of Health, Dr. Buna Mafualal, to shed more light on the event. We are glad to have you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, you marked the World Sight Day in 2 local government areas of the state. Can you tell us why those 2 local governments were chosen?
Okay. Background. In all the senatorial zones of Plateau State, activities were slated to mark the World Sight Day. In the Northern Senatorial Zone, on the day of the commemoration, we had a road walk and a press briefing by the Honorable Commissioner of Health, Plateau State, Dr. Cletus Shulkuk, as well as screening of school pupils of a local education authority primary school in Gong, just not local government area, where 155 pupils were screened, and those that needed medications were treated, were given medications, and eyeglasses also given to those who need it. The choice of Lantang South and Bokos local government area, as the Honorable Commissioner rightly stated, was based on the evidence at our disposal. A rapid assessment of avoidable blindness was conducted in 2022 in collaboration with our partners, South Servers and CBM. And that survey revealed that there are high prevalence of eye diseases in Bokos and Lantang South local government areas. And that's why the central and the southern senatorial zones were covered to ensure that those who need the intervention got the intervention so that they will engage in productive ventures and contribute to the growth of the economy of Plateau State and by extension Nigeria. Let me add that His Excellency has been magnanimous in approving funds and releasing it to mark those important health days, so as to create awareness to the general public to take proactive measures to ensure that they live healthy lives.
Okay. What was your experience like in those communities?
Okay. Before the surgery interventions, the eye screening and the surgery intervention, a team of eye care professionals went out to the field, screened the people, and those who actually were diagnosed to have matured cataract were slated for surgery. And that's why those interventions were instituted at Bokos and Lantang South General Hospital.
Thank you for gracing the studio.
Thank you.
We've been discussing with the Director of Public Health, Plateau State Ministry of Health. Panorama will continue shortly after this break. To foster a strong national identity and unity of the nation, key players are urging stakeholders to strengthen social cohesion and enhance civil engagement to build an inclusive and formidable society. This took center stage at NOA's nationwide sensitization on National Values Charter and National Anthem. Ijoma Ozomina has more.
The National Identity Project redirects Nigerians, irrespective of class, ethnicity, and religion, on the ideals and values which the society is known for traditionally. In developing the importance of National Values Charter and National Anthem, National Orientation Agency seeks to implement values that will guide the citizenry in carrying out their duties. They include the Nigerian Promise and Citizens Codes known as 747. The National Values Charter also captures social bond that guides the relationship between Nigerian people and state as represented by all agents and organs.
We can now hold a meeting with some of your representatives so that we can bring in all the chapters from around the state for you to come and sit down and address them so that each of them can carry it down. So that in the next few weeks, every citizen, every Muslim in Nigeria that's living in Plateau State will get to know firsthand what we have started discussing in this hall.
What the National Orientation Agency is doing right now is to bring back these values and to help us inculcate it not only to ourselves, but even to our children.
The National Orientation Agency says it will ensure standardization and promotion of the country's symbols like flags, coat of arms, national currency, anthem, and pledges, while emblems are accorded adequate respect.
And then for Nigerians to know that there is a national prayer. Okay, that's the third stanza of the national anthem.
A paper was presented on National Value Charter by Dr. Gad Shamaki. It says policies are needed to institutionalize the values as part of the national identity to sustain the Nigerian promise and the citizens' codes as enshrined in the National Value Charter.
And what we're trying to do now is to ensure that we have the Nigeria project, not the Igbo project, not the Yoruba nation, not the Hausa nation, not any other nation, but Nigeria as a state.
Representative of the Secretary to Government of the State, National Council for Women's Society, Christian Association of Nigeria pledged their support for the project. In Jos, Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
Flamingos eliminated from the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup after 2-0 defeat to USA. Details and more. For details and more, let's join Suleiman Musa on Sports Updates. That has been Panorama today. Good afternoon.